WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, often trying and reviewing and evaluating rare and exotic whiskeys. I'm not really sure how rare and exotic this is, but this is the Clydeside Limited Edition 2023, 60.6% ABV. Question of the day, do you know any single malt scotches that are under 10 years of age with more than 55% ABV that you go yummy, yummy for my tummy? I'm having a hard time trying to figure that out. I know there are some interesting no-age statements out there. Maybe a cask batch strength Glendronach, maybe batch strength what do we have here? Abalauer, Abuna, or a Tamdu, or a Glenfarclas 105, but I don't know. This is young. All right, so this is impossible to take a picture of. All right, so that's one thing. It's modern, it's good, it's interesting. Whiskybase 238317, 65 pounds at the distillery, 64 euros 90 here in Germany, so it's an okay price. Now I'm just going to read a tiny little bit. It just tickled my, what should I say? I don't know if it tickled my fancy or not, but this was something that I'm going to say the word greenwashing, just right out there, all right? The packaging is 100% recyclable. Outer tubes have a perforation, allowing for easily recycling of both the tube and the 10 ends. Now, nowhere do they say the cardboard was recycled. Nowhere do they say the glass was recycled. What they do say is this packaging is 100% recyclable. Oh, come on. All right, so we have Nickneen, we have other distilleries out there doing great things for the environment, and then you, Clydeside, go and say, yes, the packaging is 100% recyclable. Isn't all packaging basically 100% recyclable? If you're using a tube, most people are going away from tubes. If you have the bottle, glass is recyclable. The wood and the cork is recyclable. Now, the thing is about the plastic capsule here, was that recyclable? Was it biologically degradable or not? So that was the only thing that we can kind of work on a little bit there. Good. My big problem today is 60.6% ABV, a whiskey that is probably less than 5 years of age. And once again, a little bit of the question is why? I'm not really sure that there was a great big cry from the Clydeside community, the fans, the ultras out there when we want cask strength. We want cask strength. Roy tried this in his video, Aquavite was not excited about it, let's say that. I've seen some other reviews. Let's see what happens, all right? I'm going to compare it to something here. We have a Annandale. This is a single cask. This was something I bought that I shouldn't have bought. Cask number 521. We have 61.6%, and it says matured in a first first filled double oaked ex-bourbon cask. So they took Woodford Reserve double oak. I bought this because I thought, and I'm going to keep on mentioning this every single time I pull out this bottle here, I thought I was getting a double oaked product. No, I got a whiskey that was in a cask that had been used in the double oak maturation process of Woodford Reserve. So that's that. All right. So interesting colors. Oh, look, I almost fit here. We have that Bordeaux red. We have this, I'm going to call burnt orange. We have here this burgundy color here. I've already added some water. My video I've done, 61.6 hurts my taste buds. It's just too strong. All right, so this is almost a 5-year product, or 5-year product. This is a 5-year product, probably round, no age statement. But The people online have said a little bit about 5 years of age. So we'll see here. All right. So I'm going to nip this, add some water, and then compare the two then there. Cheers. Now, the good thing I must say is it's a spirit-driven whiskey. The casks, first fill, American oak, are not the dominating factor. The factor that we have here is the distillate, the spirit itself. Not yet ripe pears, star fruit, not yet green apples, vanilla, and a tiny, tiny little bit of powder sugar on top of all that. A little bit of that barley sugar in there. It's not overly complex. The bottle I very much like. Has a great feel. It's a little heavy. Even on the side, you have little marks here for all the 5 CLs. So each time you go down one, you know I've had 5 CLs. I don't know if that's a recommended retail on the recommended portion side, but size. Also here, nice, well done information here. You have the perforation, but that's everything's okay there. The price, 65 euros, not bad. Now, if I go over to my wonderful Malt Whiskey Yearbook, I must admit, even for the new distilleries, it's just a lot of good information here. We have the founder of the distillery, Tim Morrison, represents the 4th generation of one of Scotland's best-known whiskey families today. Tim's son, Andrew, is the managing director of Clydeside. His name is actually on the bottle here. And now this is the interesting part. The equipment consists of a 1.5-ton semi-lauter mash tun, T-U-N, made of stainless steel, good. 8 stainless steel washbacks, good, with a fermentation time of 72 hours. Is short enough, is long enough, I guess that's all right. 7,500 liter wash still and 5,000 liter spirit still. Now, 72 hours is good. I know other places do 52 hours, so I'm not complaining, okay? Yeah, 72 is good. I just know some places do 96 and so on, but 72 is good, all right? All right, so the production plan for 2023 is to do 19 mashes per week and a total of 490,000 liters of pure alcohol. So, and here the interesting thing that I skipped, the 4 shots are 15 minutes with a slow distillation, and the cut points for the spirit runs are between 76 and 71% ABV. So many of them actually go down a little bit lower. I know people that start at 72 and go down to 62. And so that really is an interesting thing that they're doing there. A very, very small heart cut, which is good. And it's going to make their whiskey to be more accessible quicker. Doesn't mean it's going to be great at 5 years of age. It just means it's just going to be accessible quicker. Glendronach, for example, has a much wider cut. Their whiskey's not great when it's young. Sorry. It needs a lot of time in the cask, and it needs a lot of sherry influence to make it become a wow whiskey. And if you tried the 15, the 18, the 21-year-old Glendronach, even the much older, up to 30-year-old single casks, those are just magnificent pieces of art, of just wonderful. And this delicate whiskey would not do good in sherry casks for that long a time. We have to make sure we have our different whiskey styles for the different maturation periods. All right, so I put some water in this already, so we're down at about 52%. I have not put any water in this yet, have I? So we're going to take this down to about 52%. And it's very interesting when we compare the two, because I thought this was, so going back, I'm not a big fan of this. This was a C whiskey with water, C minus without water, all right? So, and I would taste this. Not much changes. I get exactly the same things. Yeah. I still get that not yet ripe pear. I get the not yet ripe red apple. I get a little bit of that barley sugar in there. Get a little bit of the star fruit in there. So they say, in the official tasting notes here, This Clydeside single malt is produced using clear water from Loch Katrine. Everyone in Glasgow drinks from Lake Katrine. All right, so they're using city water. All right, nothing special about the water. Everyone in Glasgow uses it. All right, so they're using, this is a little bit special, 100% Scottish barley. They try actually to get farms from the lowland actually. That's kind of cool, but, and then matured here in the finest American first fill bourbon barrels. Where they get the bourbon barrels from, they don't say here on the sheet. So nose is bursting with sweet aromas of ripe tropical fruit and vanilla pastries. And the palate is peach, nope, plum, yellow maybe, and a surge of tart citrus on the finish. Yeah, all right, very good. And there's actually no finishing. They have the nose, they have palate, nothing has a finish, just those two lines there. Natural color, yay. Non-chill filtered, very, very good. Yeah, 65 pounds, 64 euros 90. Would I buy this again? Definitely not. Now, I bought a case of this from the distributor because I thought wrongly. So, oh, look, Clydeside. There'll be a few people that would like this. Didn't sell a single bottle of that. It's just sitting here on my shelves, and I have to discount it and try to get rid of it by someone who's willing to buy it at a strong discount. Now, I've had all this time for this whiskey to develop in my palate and so on. There's a tiny little bit of that, of the sawdust at the end. It's in there. As I said, very spirit-driven whiskey. The Annandale, on the other hand, if we try this, as I said, I've diluted it already down to about 52%. Here we have much, much more of a cask-influenced whiskey. It's still spirit-driven. I think I tend to go in this direction a little bit more, even though I was not a big fan of this. This is just plain. This has not yet developed into something where I'm going to go, wow. Now, give this to me after 19 years in a cask, I might just go, wow, wow, wow. But it's not 19 years of age. It's 5, basically. And this is the problem that I have with the young whiskeys here. C-, value for money, D+, not a bad price, but it's just not worth it. I'm sorry. If you're in Glasgow, visit the distillery. It's awesome. It's great. They're doing good things. There will be good things. I'm going to follow this distillery for the next 5 years at least and see what they're doing, how they're doing, and I'd expect good, big things. But this is, for my palate, for my taste, for my preferences, just at the moment still too young. All right, so question of the day is, what whiskeys, single malt scotches do you know under 10 years of age, over 55% ABV, that are wow whiskeys? And try to focus on the things from a bourbon barrel. Now, everything's better with Pedro Jimenez with PX, I know. So thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing. And if that's a little bit too difficult, what is your favorite new distillery? For me, new is any distillery that's opened up since 2010. All right, so Annandale, Clydeside, Lindor's Abbey, even Glasgow 1770. That's the second distillery. They have no capacity whatsoever for visitors. This was made as a visitor's distillery. Very, very, very interesting place to be. Thank you. See you soon. Whiskey Jason. Bye-bye.